What is the most dangerous ideology today? Islamism, a radical and violent form of Islam seeking to impose a state of Sharia law or radical Islam globally. Since 9/11, there have been almost 48,000 Islamic terrorist attacks in about 70 countries worldwide. All of the other 10,000 religions combined still have very few terrorist attacks. The West still pretends that this is random. The answer used to be fascism in the 20th century, with Italy in the 1920s and then Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan, leading to over 50 million deaths. Then in the 21st century, it was communism, where at least 100 million people were killed across the Soviet Union, Mao's China, and other communist states. Now, the most dangerous ideology is Islamism, a radical and violent form of Islam which is a threat to the entire globe. Similar to communism and fascism, Islamism is totalitarian and authoritarian, meaning the state controls everything and people do not have any democratic input. It is also expansionist and tries to bring as many people in its control, even if that means crossing borders. Its adherents are prepared to kill to achieve its goals. Those goals are against everything that our democratic societies stand for, such as freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to assemble, free press, and basic human and civil rights. These rights and more are also enjoyed by all Israeli citizens, including the 2 million Arabs that live there, unlike in the majority of the neighboring Arab countries where these rights are restricted. For Islamists, anyone who opposes Islamic expansion is considered an enemy and needs to be destroyed. Many scholars trace the birth of Islamism and modern-day Islamist movements, such as Al-Qaeda and ISIS, to the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood is the parent of most jihadist terrorist groups today, including Hamas. In 1991, the Muslim Brotherhood outlined in their explanatory memorandum or strategic plan that their goals were to expand the global Muslim base, present Islam as a civilization alternative, and to undergo a civilization jihadist process, with the goal of conducting a grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers, so that it is eliminated and God's religion is made victorious over all other religions. It went on to say that it is a Muslim's destiny to perform jihad and work wherever he is and wherever he lands until the final hour comes, and there is no escape from that destiny except for those who choose to slack. Therefore, it's no surprise that oppressive Islamic regimes such as the IRGC in Iran have been shouting death to America since its founding in 1979, and that Islamism is used for political pursuits worldwide. Islamism is a combination of religion and politics, with Islamist Hassan al-Banna, the founder of the Muslim Brotherhood movement, calling it al-Islamiyya, which means Islam is a unity between the state and religion. Back in 2018, Congress's House Subcommittee on National Security met to discuss the threat of Islamism, citing Muslim Brotherhood's founder as saying, "Jihad is an obligation from Allah for every Muslim and cannot be ignored nor evaded." Leaders and experts warned that it preached hatred towards Jews, denied the Holocaust, and called for Israel's destruction. Therefore, Islamism should be outlawed in the U.S. for the safety of the American people, and the Muslim Brotherhood must be designated as a terrorist group by the U.S. government. Make sure the young people in your life and your community are not being indoctrinated. In 2025, teens 19 and under were involved in 6 out of the 7 Islamic State-inspired terrorist plots driven by online radicalization. Even at Brown University in Rhode Island, students of the group Brown Divestment Coalition have been indoctrinated to support jihadist terrorists, even hosting a Vigil for Our Martyrs event shortly after the October 7, 2023 attacks on Israel, where they publicly mourned the loss of Hamas terrorists. The so-called social justice warriors of the progressive left are increasingly susceptible for supporting Islamism and even siding with violent terrorists. This video was made possible by the Rhode Island Coalition for Israel, a grassroots nonprofit working to combat anti-Semitism or Jew hatred and educate about Israel. Follow us at RI4Israel on social media for Israel education, advocacy, and action.